So the cool thing about these three licks is that they all cover a lot of ground really quickly, but technically they're not that hard. Now, I did put them in a little bit of context so you can hear how to use them. I'll break out the licks individually and then I'll put it back in context for you. So here's the first lick. It's based off of a G major pentatonic, and it uses open strings to give a cascading kind of sound. Check it out. Here it is. First note is a B, and it's on the E string in the 7th fret. Play it with your first finger. The next note is a G on the B string in the 8th fret. Play that with your second finger. And then you start the cascading part with the open string. So you have an E, which is open. And then you have a D on the G string in the 7th fret. Then you have an open B, A on the 7th fret, open G, E on the 7th fret, open D, B on the 7th fret, open A, and a G. So a little bit faster. And one more time. Now you'll notice that when I start speeding it up, I'm going to use hybrid picking. That's a combination of pick and fingers. And for that technique, check this out. So I'm using my pick and my middle finger. The example I used was in the key of G major, and I started on the 4 chord, which is the C. And then I went to a version of a D chord with a sus in it. And then a C first inversion. And then a D first inversion. And that led into the lick, which then led into an E minor and another first inversion D. And here's what it sounds like in context, all together up to speed. The next lick is a slippery chromatic 2-string lick that allows you to transition either between chords or between chord tones. That's what I was doing in this case. I was climbing up from a D to a G. So check it out. Here's the lick. And here it is a little bit slower. Okay, so let me break that down for you. Starts on a D in the 3rd fret on the B string, and you're using that, your first finger to do that, and you're reaching up to the G string with your pinky for a C sharp in the 6th fret. Right? And then you slide that C sharp up to the D on the G string. So that's the pattern, and you just do that until you get to where you're stopping. So check it out. So you're really kind of leading with your pinky, but you're using your first finger as an anchor. next lick is one that works really well over a minor 7 or a minor 9 chord technically, but here's the lick. So let me break it down and show it to you slow. It starts on an E on the A string, which is the 7th fret, and I'm using my first finger. Then the next note is an F, using my second finger. And then do a little half bar with my first finger on the A string. And then the D string, right? All the 7th fret. And then I slide with my third finger from the 9th fret to the 10th fret. Another half bar to the A. And then the C. So the tricky part is getting the half bar straight with your first finger and your third finger. So you got to learn to kind of roll your finger there. So in case you're curious, here's the chords I use. They're based off of a D minor 9. And so when you put it all together, here it is in context up to speed.